Giving up, giving in, by comparing my first blogs to my more recent, it's clear I've morphed. The angry caregiver of then has mellowed, and my tongue, now silver-coated compared to then, it's not that I'm a different person, turned more saintly or anything, or become a better caregiver. I'm more resigned to my role, that is. I am my husband's full-time caregiver, is not how I introduce myself now, though my lips don't always part in a smile as I say it. Like poor Kafka's grub waking up one day, with his bug persona struggling to be understood, I yearn for people to see and treat me as they did before. How can they? I become a Kafka grub. All vestiges of wife me, carefree, independent me, artist, regular, ordinary me gone, completely gone. But I'm still here, I try to cry out. Look, beneath this grub's skin it's just me as ever I was before. But unlike Kafka's grub who expired from hunger and melted into a slime never to recover, I've not remained helpless lying on my back, waving and moaning uselessly as the creature. I'm steadily limping back, 1 foot at a time. Like it or not, babe, my thought runs, a caregiver is who you are now. Better accept what is. Can't you keep your damn head still? A woman seated behind David at a concert tapped his shoulder, snapping. He can't help it, he has Parkinson's, I snarled, spinning to face her. I wanted to, did I? A nice person like me really want a soccer one? When I next turned round, she, the shoulder tapper, was gone from shame, I hoped. That concert was our last. Films were all right, we agreed, if we could sit at the very back. Fugitives under cover of darkness. We didn't feel good. It was more fun watching films at home on Netflix, munching nuts and olives with a glass of wine. And then there are other things, of course, like eating out, to try and get up from the table. It looks as though he's, after spattering the food, doing a Jackson Pollock with the soup or whatever, and his lurching gait, the waiter around to help him from the table seeing him struggling to stand. He's not drunk, it's Parkinson's. The looks you get, you can't imagine. I don't suppose people mean to be mean. Watch out, I want to spit. This could be you. But I have misjudged people. In France, at a restaurant, I saw these people in the table next to us staring throughout a meal, and I thought, how rude, how very rude. So as I left, and David too were ahead of me in his wheelchair, being pushed by my son and daughter-in-law, I said, he has Parkinson's, in French. Yeah. And they said, courage, madame. You have so much courage. So that taught me a massive lesson in judging. They said to him, in order to get to an inpatient unit for a physical therapy, to rehab, he had to have shown improvement every day. And they denied his entry to it, and they said, he's only walked 10 steps. And I said, and do you know why? You had tape across the door because you were waxing the corridor outside. So I think they heard me. I said, well, you need to test him again. And so he was and accepted into the unit. But all these, you have to be an advocate all the time. You have to watch out, watch out. And then they weren't going to let him leave the hospital and send him off to some terrible end-of-life place. And I said, he can come home. And I had to fight. And they said, in the end, they argued, and they said, okay, if you can prove you have a 24-hour round-the-clock caregiver. I said, and they need to come in for a training tomorrow at whatever time. Well, I didn't have it one, did I? So I called a friend, and I said, look, can you act the part? I'll pay you. And so he did. He'd been a caregiver to, a gentleman, so he knew about men and catheters and this, that, and the other. So he passed the test, and we ran out of the hospital with a wheelchair, laughed like mad. $30 and he was on his way, and I had David home. For that is how the old friend I was chatting to on the phone made me feel. Mind you, we'd not been in touch for a year at least, for she lives abroad now, so perhaps she had only an inkling of how our lives were running. I looked to excuse her and be halfway forgiving. "Oh, I found caregiving so rewarding," she cooed. "I don't regret a single moment of that wonderful time I gave to Mother." She paused, allowing silence. Was that a dig at me? An implication of my failing? Did she want me to tell her how wonderful she was? Wonderful? Not the adjective I'd use. What planet did she hail from? English friend. How can you keep going? How do you do it? It seems people ask more frequently these days than ever they did before. It used to be I'd ask the same question of myself. Now I shrug, surprised they don't get it. There's no alternative. Too often, though, our Parkinson's jailer gives a little tug of the thread, invisible to anyone but ourselves. I see him sneer, reminding us we are in his power. Knowing struggle only serves to tighten our bonds, David and I accept there is no escape. Like a spider, our jailer bides his time, checks his larder is secure, tweaks his web. Some days he allows the illusion I have a choice. Go, go, our jailer taunts. Just try. You are free to escape any time. Fooled by his encouragement, I untangle all but the single Parkinson strand binding my conscience and leave my fellow prisoner for 8 whole hours. David, the man I've sworn to love till my dying day, or his, is deeply sleeping when I depart. I tiptoe past his form, fearing of waking him, fearful of tasks guilt might force me to do if he calls. Easing myself into a dew-spangled world through the bars of our prison, I stretch and raise my arms towards the rising sun, daring myself to run and keep on running. Opening the garage door, it happens. Unfettered by caregiving, I become an autonomous adult in a regular world. Hopping into the car, I'm soon on the road, winging my way to Albuquerque. Who cares whether or not the Holiday Craft and Book Fair were the right venue to sell my books? I was reveling in the luxury of a whole day off, sharing uninterrupted time with my table mate and friend. No getting David up, no toothbrushing, no struggling to put on his clothes, no caregiving at all. In an uninhabited stretch of high desert approaching Interstate 25, a lone coyote raises his shaggy head as if to tell me something. A warning? Not waiting to listen, I tramp the accelerator. To hell with tricksters, today is mine alone, I sing. Out to pasture. Like the cows of the Savoyard, I am out to pasture, mindless, placid, on extended holiday with nothing much to occupy me but ensuring David eats, sleeps, is watered and happy. Notebook open on my lap, a pen idle in my hand, words crowding to be written escape, tumble beyond reach into the high grass meadows where I sit, and off down the mountainside between the red roofs of the village to disappear somewhere into the Chamonix Valley. A brown and white cow turns her limpid eyes to the stump on which we sit among clumps of purple willow herb and orange crocus. She sets the bell about her neck, tinking. With nothing else to interest her, I imagine our visit to be the most eventful happening in her day. Do open your eyes, darling, I plead, wanting David to share. I'm looking, he says, but his eyes remain shut. Do sounds evoke images inside his lids? I close my eyes, imagine I can hear green, the colour of grass, smell chewed cud and cows, and feel the blaze of orange berries clustered on the rowan tree by the shepherd's hut. David's head bows, weighted by a lassitude that comes with the disappearance of his routine. So all the time you're enjoying yourself, there is the burden of Parkinson's, what I call the 3 Parkinsonian stones, Parkinsons. They're the stones you carry in your backpack. So that's our biggest thing, was that we've been able to somehow shift our attitude of anger to acceptance. Tomorrow, when I lie alone, when I have no shirts of his to wash, when I clear one plate from the table, when the back porch swings empty, I will wish, I will weep, stare into the laundry basket, seek his pair of shorts to add, search in vain for his missing sock. I'll not complain, today I swear, promise only kindness, grumbling no more at his snory, snuffling sleep, happy to still have him. Your Dharma is to truly exist, because this is the life you have received from God. Whatever you do, allow it to come from that great love.